In this video, I'm going to show some examples of dividing fractions by whole numbers. Remember that when we are dividing, we are really multiplying by the reciprocal. So if I want to divide 8/9 by 7, I'm taking 8/9 and I'm multiplying it by the reciprocal of 7, which is 1/7. And then I can just multiply the numerators and the denominators and simplify. In this case, I'm already in simplest form, 8/63. Now, if we think about this intuitively, I can draw a picture, a big fraction strip here, and split it into ninths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's not perfect, but if we assume that those are all equal parts, we have a whole split into ninths now. And I'll now shade in 8/9 here. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8/9. Now, if I want to divide these 8/9 by 7 wholes, it means I want to find 1/7 of them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to split them into 7 parts. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I only want 1/7 of them, so I'm going to go ahead and shade 1/7. The part that is double shaded is my answer here. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces out of 63 total, or 8/63. And even though this model looks like a multiplication problem, 8/9 times 1/7, it really is our 8/9, which were in red, our 8/9 divided into 7 parts each. And then we only cared about the 7, we only wanted 1/7 of each one. So we counted up these number parts were the parts that we cared about. There were only 8 of them, and those parts were no longer ninths. Those parts became 63rds. Question 2 is divide 9/16 by 10. So I really want to take 9/16 and I want to find 1/10 of that, which means I'm going to multiply it by the reciprocal of 10, which is 1/10. I then get 9/160, which is D. If you really wanted to, you could draw a model out and draw 9/16 and then find 1/10 of 9/16. But you don't really need to do that once you understand that the division really is the same thing as multiplying by the reciprocal. Question 3 is divide 3/12, which is 1/4, by 4. That's the same thing as multiplying 3/12 by 1/4, finding 1/4 of 3/12, which gives me 3/48. I can simplify that by dividing by 3/3, which is 1 whole, and that will give me 1/16. Now, if we think about this intuitively again, we really have 1/4 divided by 4, which means I want to take 1/4 and I want to split it into 4 equal parts. Well, my whole here is now divided into 4ths, and here's 1/4. Now I want to take that 1/4 and I want to divide it by 4. So basically what I'm doing is I'm now dividing my whole into 16 parts, and this becomes the part that I care about. 1/4 of 1/4, and 1/4 of 1/4 is, of course, 1/16.